You gonna get hit. Got hit. Before that, you know, he wasn't just trash. So he always showed power and speed. Before that, PD's gonna enhance.
And they are very great at spinning the narratives and putting a certain narrative out there that is not true. If he posted that little video, tell him to post the full sparring. If he posted full sparring, I bet you the entire world would say, I beat this shit.
Yeah. He just capping for like social media. Like he not gonna be like realistic about the situation. The thing, like the behind the scenes shit, like I talk to these people behind the scenes too. It ain't like he's the only person who's having conversations behind the scenes. I know the full numbers of everything.
Devin Haney shared sparring footage that appears to show Keyshawn Davis getting the better of Shakur Stevenson during a training session. The release of the video quickly added more heat to their growing rivalry, further escalating the tension that has continued to build between the two fighters. Shakur Stevenson has rejected the leaked sparring footage, saying it was altered and does not accurately reflect what happened. According to Stevenson, the video is misleading, and he maintains that he was the one who controlled and outperformed Keyshawn Davis throughout their sparring sessions.
Video of you two sparring, and you can hear you say, I guess after one round, like, yo, that's it, I'm tired, I'm done.
Did you watch the video though?
Yeah, I watched it, but I was like, yo.
Did you see the smile on my face?
Yes, I did.
Did you see the smile on my face?
But you know how the way they leaked it, they tried to give it as if you were
because once again, like I said, I'm not trying to spend 20 minutes talking about Devin or anything with him, but he has media and he has a lot of media people that he's really close.
Negotiations for a possible showdown between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney are still in progress. Stevenson has also revealed that he would be willing to take the smallest purse of his professional career, saying the opportunity to face Haney means more to him than the paycheck.
To beat him, just fight him.
Yeah, but why would I fight this for the least money that I could get when it's like, okay, cool, let's go through the WBC, because that's what I did that they trying to ignore. Right. They gonna ignore that whole part. I said, WBC, y'all do y'all job, enforce the fight, and we gonna do it that way. They gave him the deadline to figure out was he gonna fight me or fight Regis. That man decided to move up. Yeah. But I really made the WBC do their job. That's what it really came down to. And whatever percentage that they was gonna offer, that's what it was gonna be at the end of the day.
So if they would have came back and said 75-25, would you
I would have had
it?
no choice. I just tried to go around the bullshit that was presented, because that's bullshit. Like, I'm a 2-division world champ. I unified at 130 in one of the biggest fights at 130.
With the debate over who deserves to be recognized as the better fighter still continuing, old sparring footage between Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson has reappeared. The clips show Stevenson being pushed in several moments, with Haney having success during parts of their exchanges.
Get me when you want it, you want, you gotta damn it break. That's it, right there.
Bernie the Boxer has raised concerns about Bill Haney's recent role in selecting opponents, arguing that Devin Haney should take on clear statement fights against Keyshawn Davis or Shakur Stevenson if he wants to firmly establish where he stands among the best.
Keyshawn or Devin or fighting Shakur or Devin, or Keyshawn, Devin fighting either one of those guys, that's a turned up fight. Him, Tank, that's all that turned up. Feel me? Them is the fights right there. Them is the crest of the crest. People want to see turned up fights.
You know, obviously, you know, Bill Haney's get lots of praises for his matchmaking lately. You know, obviously with the Terrence Crawford and Canelo, you know, and obviously Devin Haney's career, right? But
I think he didn't have no matchmaking with that. I mean, he did put that bug in Crawford's ear, but that's it. How far are we gonna go with that?
I mean, they asked him what made you feel like you could move up to fight, you know,
yeah.
Canelo, and it's
I said he put the bug in his ear. That's it. He just put the bug in his ear.
The tension surrounding boxing's biggest rivalries intensified after new sparring footage made its way online. Once the clip began circulating, it immediately triggered widespread discussion among fans and people within the sport, adding even more attention to an already ongoing feud that a boxing insider shared a post on X claiming. A trusted source close to Keyshawn Davis's team says that Keyshawn consistently had the upper hand over Shakur Stevenson during their sparring sessions. After the footage leaked, Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis reportedly had a heated exchange earlier today because the complete sparring session was not released. There is also speculation that if Keyshawn defeats Devin Haney and Shakur beats Ryan Garcia, the two could eventually face each other. Bernie the Boxer also weighed in on the situation, discussing the growing rivalry between Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney. According to Bernie, Keyshawn has repeatedly made it clear that he wants to fight Haney, while Haney has never publicly pushed for that matchup. He explained that the rivalry has continued to build over the last several years because Keyshawn has consistently called for the fight.
Keyshawn been talking about Devin. He wanted with Devin. Keyshawn asking for Devin. Devin ain't asking for Keyshawn. Keyshawn asking for Devin. They've been having a little rivalry for the last little couple of years now. And so, you know, he just, like he said, you know, he calling for him. Like I told him, I said, your fight really is with T.O. Your fight was really with T.O. That was the fight that was going to be propel you, had you, you know what I'm saying, went through with the De Los Santos fight. That was your fight, you know, and that's just what happened, you know. But now, like I say, and Shakur's fight was with Devin. You know, they didn't make the fight because they couldn't come up with the split. See them both fight. Keyshawn is a guy that like to take on challenges. You know, he's very brash.
Dawood Bey shared his thoughts on a possible showdown between Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney. He pointed out that Keyshawn has competed only once in the 140-pound division, even though he has already shown interest in taking on Haney at that weight. Bey spoke highly of both boxers, saying each has delivered outstanding performances in their own divisions. However, when choosing a favorite, he believes Haney holds the advantage because of his greater experience and polished defensive style.
Only had one fight at 140. Now he wants to go up and fight Devin Haney. It's a fight that Keyshawn always said that he wanted. Debo looked phenomenal. Keyshawn looked phenomenal, but at different weights. What's your thoughts on it if that were to occur next?
I got Haney. Haney been in there with better people. I think Haney got a better defense. I think Keyshawn is a good fighter. But I would lean towards Devin, his experience and some of the things he's been through. I lean towards Devin.
Is it a mistake just moving up right away to face Devin? Not necessarily getting acclimated to the weight. Devin's a naturally bigger guy. Not by much.
Little bro got little bro bigger than big.
Dawood Bey also pointed to the physical advantages in the matchup, explaining that Devin Haney is the naturally larger fighter. In his view, making an immediate jump in weight is never an easy task for Keyshawn Davis, especially against someone already established in the division. Bey added that if the fight takes place without any weight restrictions or special clauses, the conditions would clearly benefit Haney. From a technical standpoint, he praised Keyshawn's sharp timing and ability to capitalize on openings, describing it as one of his strongest qualities.
Shakur?
Yeah, he getting in the way of it. Because you see what they just was talking about it. Oh, you know, Shakur, what's up with that? Shakur, like, weight clause. You know what I'm saying? If I'm Dev, I ain't the weight clause. So you got to fight me straight up. So then, little bro right here, he bigger than me. We all around the same size. But they probably are suited. They probably more so the same size. Shakur might be a tad smaller than Devin, like not smaller than him, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They be like 10 pounds apart in person.
And like walk around with you.
Yeah, they be like that in person. Like that's how Salim is. He's smaller than a lot of people, but he's like fight weight wise, yeah, but like they just be a little bit bigger. I think Dev is probably a little bit bigger than Shakur. At the same time, if I'm Dev, I'm not taking no weight cut or none of that. Shakur, you gotta fight me straight up. Like I ain't trying that.
Devin Haney currently has no fight scheduled, which makes a matchup with Keyshawn Davis a genuine possibility. After Keyshawn's latest performance, the idea carries even more momentum. He delivered a dominant victory over Jermaine Ortiz, accomplishing something that even Vasily Lomachenko wasn't able to do. Because of that impressive showing, he's proven himself as a legitimate option, and the analyst believes promoters should move quickly to put the fight together.
A1. This is A1 steak sauce. Reason being, as we know, Devin is not occupied. Devin is a free, like he's free to the runway is open. This fight can happen. Keyshawn got through his last challenge. Jermaine Ortiz did it in fashion, got to knock out nobody from Loma to Tio. None of them knocked out Jermaine Ortiz. Make this fight happen. Ryan is about to fight Barrios. If Devin did fight the winner of that, cool. If it is Ryan, a lot of people want the rematch. But I feel like Ryan, this is my personal opinion, Ryan is super iffy. Super iffy. So you don't know what to expect with him.
The analyst argues that a showdown between Devin Haney and Keyshawn Davis deserves to be at the top of the list because it is one of the most logical and exciting fights available. In his view, both fighters have earned the opportunity, making the matchup an easy one to promote and one that fans would eagerly watch. He also points out that matchups featuring elite young black American boxers deserve far more recognition than they typically receive. According to the analyst, these contests are often overlooked when compared with long-established rivalries, such as Mexico versus Puerto Rico.
That can ideally happen at any time. Give me this.
I want you to pick on me. Tell Debo come this way.
Tell Debo come this way. I want you to pick on me.
What you talking about?
What you talking about with it?
You know what Craig did to him.
I mean, it don't get more clear and more vocal than that. And for me, I'm gonna be real. And some people, they might misconstrue this, but if you know, you know. I feel like a lot of these real good young black American boxers, I want to see them fight some other young black talent as well. Because when you have a black fighter in the red corner and a black fighter in the blue corner,
An analyst recently discussed Keyshawn Davis and the confidence he has shown about competing in several weight divisions. Davis believes he can be a major force anywhere between 140 and 147 pounds, and he has spoken about wanting to face Jermaine Ortiz before pursuing bigger opportunities at welterweight. The analyst explained that Davis has consistently impressed with his performances regardless of a level of competition.
Nobody can beat him from pretty much 40 to 47. And he says he wants to fight Jermaine Ortiz and then move up to welterweight, which would be perfect because, like I told you, I really am the best in this business. Like, everything I say is like clockwork, right? It's amazing to me. Sometimes I amaze myself. So what am I talking about? I literally just said welterweight is dry. It's a stale, stagnant, horrible division right now. Not too many ways to mix and match the guys. And then the guys you could mix and match are pretty much busy. The Ryans, the Barrioses, and the Rollies, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video. And I told you it's going to require, this is how it works in the sport of boxing. I know.
Although Keyshawn Davis is confident about succeeding in heavier divisions, the analyst believes the jump in weight comes with significant obstacles. Facing naturally larger and stronger opponents is a different challenge, and making that transition successfully requires the right game plan, patience, and thorough preparation. In the analyst's view, talent alone is not enough, as experience and the ability to adjust tactically become even more important against established contenders in those divisions.
Then, when people can't make 40 anymore, just like Jerome Ennis couldn't make 47, and he moved up to 154, now 54 is cracking. They got 54 out here cracking. Tons of names where you can mix and match the Funduras, the Virgil Ortiz, Jermell Charlo, possibly Errol Spence, Murda Zylev, Boots, right? You got tons of ways you can mix and match these people. 47 right now is dry, so it's going to take Shakur's and the Keyshawns and Gary Antoine Russells or the El Rayos, you know, different Edwin De Los Santos, Matias, different guys to move up to start to purge and like fill out the division. Right now, it's not many options. Again, Devin versus Louis Crockpot is a terrible fight, and I don't know anyone that.
Roy Jones Jr. shared his thoughts on a possible matchup between Devin Haney and Keyshawn Davis, explaining that the fight's outcome could depend heavily on the timing and the weight at which it takes place. While he believes both men possess outstanding talent, he points out that competing across different weight classes introduces challenges that neither fighter can ignore. According to Jones Jr., finding the right weight is crucial, suggesting a catch weight of around 143 or 144 pounds to create the most balanced and competitive contest.
Norman, and for him to do that means that the weight was probably an issue. Now, if Keyshawn comes up, or if they even do a catch weight, a 143, 144, it's going to be a very interesting fight because I think Devin has more tools and more IQ right now, but Keyshawn is different. So when you got a guy that's different, and that's why I also said that he's not just back, he's different. You understand me? So when you got a guy that has that intangibleness about him, where he can be a different guy when it's time to be a different guy, you can never count him out. However, if I were pushing Keyshawn, I would have another fight or two before I fight Devin, just for experience purposes. And if I was Devin, I would try to jump on it right now before he gets those couple fights, because the more experience he gets, the harder he's going to become to beat.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough fight, you know, for Keyshawn Davis. And I think in many respects, Devin Haney too. You can't take Keyshawn Davis light. He can really fight. He's really light.
Mickey Bay gives a balanced assessment of a potential showdown between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, choosing to focus on practical analysis rather than speculation. In his view, Haney's experience at the highest level is one of the biggest factors separating the two, especially when it comes to staying composed and making smart decisions in high-pressure moments.
So it's like maybe something that Devin can definitely go out up there with ease, only need to deal with the size, but he's probably going to have the speed advantage because he's a smaller guy coming up. So, I mean, you tell me, do you feel like that's going to be harder than the Lomachenko fight?
No. I think Loma probably be his hardest top 2 or 3 fights in his whole career. I could predict that even going to the end, you know, to say if Devin fight 8, 9, 10 more years, that'd be one of his top 2 or 3 hardest fights because the age that he fought him. Loma was at his very peak. He was at his peak. He was older. He was right there at his.
Bay compares that perspective with Shakur Stevenson's side of the matchup, acknowledging that Stevenson is an exceptionally skilled and technically gifted boxer. However, he believes this fight would challenge Stevenson's ability to adjust against an opponent who is naturally bigger, while matching him in overall talent and ring IQ. That he explains that contests between elite fighters are rarely decided by pre-fight hype or public opinion. Instead, success usually comes down to the right game plan, thorough preparation, and the mental discipline to execute under pressure. Bay feels both men possess the qualities needed to make the contest highly competitive, but he gives Devin Haney a slight advantage because of his greater experience and proven composure in major fights.
So, no, it won't be as hard as that. But size-wise, yeah, that's a big factor because we saying the dude that was just lightweight a couple years ago, but you know, Dad wanted to be great. That's just something that's in him. It's only a few dudes like that in boxing right now that really want to do that kind of stuff. So, he got my blessing in making the fight. Like, Bill did ask me about it maybe a few weeks ago. I don't know how much further it got, but he did ask me what I thought. Like, you know, I'm like, easy work.
Pretty much you can see he's willing to fight anybody. Like, he doesn't really care who he fights.
He'll fight now too. It ain't no, like, we ain't doing no weight class or none of that. Like,
that wraps up today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.